Alright, Shirley, back in the kitchen again.
Yes, guys, welcome back to the Lewis's Kitchen. So today we're gonna do a fun stuff.
What are we doing?
We're gonna be baking. Normally I'll be cooking, right?
Yeah.
But today we'll do a twist. So we're gonna do a healthy rum cake. Rum cake healthy. Yes, in a way, you know, because it does have fattening things in there. But you will see the step as I go along. With the elimination of sugar. No sugar at all.
Okay, so this is why it's a healthy rum cake.
Right.
Because we have no sugar in it.
Right. So for those who want to stay in the gym and eat and kind of stay comfortable, you can try this each Christmas, every Christmas, whenever you choose to do it. All right.
Cool. So with this method, well, you say it's healthy, no sugar. That's the only thing we eliminated from it. We eliminated any fruits, anything else?
Well, no, because the fruit is what makes the rum cake.
Okay.
Right. So that's the body of the thing. But as I said, it is not healthy to its extent because you have flour, and you can choose your type of flour that you want to use, whether it's gluten free or your regular flour. That's your preference.
We have a rum in there too.
With rum in there, with wine in there, and there's spices that's gonna go along with it.
Okay. So show me the different ingredients that we're gonna be using today in this cake.
All right, I'm gonna walk it through because you might wondering what to do. It's a low budget. You don't have to be rushing or to be, worrying about items. If you don't have it, Jamaicans, we love to improvise. So you can improvise.
All right.
Today I have my butter, regular butter that you use when you're cooking butter. So I use this about a cup of butter, 1 cup, and that's because I want more than one cake. It's going to give me around, say, 7 cakes. And you'll see why I say, because I'm going to be baking it into a small tin and then putting it into a container. You'll see.
So 1 cup of butter.
1 cup of butter.
Give you about 7 cakes. All right, cool.
Yes, as I said, depends on the
Is there a certain weight to it?
It's weighing about a pound.
Pound each?
Yeah, not even, little less than a pound. If so much.
So half pound, quarter pound?
No, not half pound, but more than half pound.
Little over half pound, okay.
Yes, right. So, as I said, because we're giving it to friends and we want it to be presentable, so I'm going to put it into a container, which I'll show you which container I'll be using.
Okay.
All right. So, as I said, you guys know the butter. This is our mixed fruits. This is the one that I use. And as you can see, there's multiple ingredients that you can use to come up with using this kind of stuff, which is the fruit cake mix. We have our browning, Grace again. You'll see me using a lot of Jamaican product. Our almond, and this is also West Indian. This is our rose water. This is our vanilla Benjamin. Everybody knows Jamaica, good old Benjamin. And we have our
in the back there, cinnamon
sugar. So this is actually a little bit of sugar that they mix together with the cinnamon, right? And again, I go into, just to get more flavor from the cinnamon, I also use the regular cinnamon, right? As you can see, organic, your choice. And then we have our Jamaican choice, which is our mixed spice. Now with the mixed spice, it has been a lot of these ingredients in there. Okay. But when you want to give your cake a little, send up a little notch, you'll add some more, and that's your preference.
All right.
And again, I have another ground cinnamon that I also use. It's almost finished, so I just put it there because I wanted you guys to see the ground cinnamon as opposed to just a regular one, which is organic, and one that is not organic.
So you can use either?
Either, right? I just put that out there.
So that's about it. What's in the back there? We see some liquor in the back there.
Yes, our good Jamaican Ray and him nephew. Waterproof, overproof, sorry.
So waterproof.
Yeah, understand.
Wish, right?
And I don't start drinking it.
Yeah.
Overproof rum, right? And that is this is a 1 liter, and you have them in different
sizes, yeah.
Yes, right. And then this is the wine that a friend of mine told me that she used, because sometimes we can't get the regular wine that we use in Jamaica. Yeah. So I use this, and it's just as good. It's just as flavorful.
So is it red wine, and it's sweet, right?
Yes, it is sweet. It is a port wine. So, and it's from California. And I bought this, and it's very cheap. You wouldn't believe how much for this. I'll tell you if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get this in your local
liquor store.
liquor store.
Hopefully they got it on that side. If you guys don't have that though, from the line, no, you can use
port wine. There are different types of
different.
port wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that I use, the Fairbank, but there are different types of port wine. Once it's port wine, you're safe.
You're good to go.
Right. And of course,
you have all your measurement spoon and stuff like that.
And in this is a cup. This is about
what is
3 tablespoons, of lemon juice.
Okay.
You understand?
Oh, put lemon juice in this as well?
Yes. Some people use the peel, you know, and all of that, but I use this. Same does the work the same.
All right.
And for decoration, I'll show you this. I'm just going to show you this at last. As it says chocolate pearl. You'll see what I do. Everybody does their presentation differently.
All right.
And here,
what are you bringing to us? Oh, some eggs.
Everybody know this. I'm using 7 eggs. 7 eggs. Some people use more. As I said, this is what I use. So I'm gonna crack them and use it in my batter. And then I'm using my self-rising flour. The same flour you see in the past video that I used to fry the dumplings.
Same
is
thing.
the same flour that
so all we need is self-rising flour.
Self-rising. The only difference with this now is that I'm going to show you have to sieve it because you don't want it to be lumpy in your cake.
All right, so we'll do that next.
Right.
All right.
So I forgot to mention another main course of the meal. It is our mixed fruits, and if you don't soak this from over time, you can just eat it up and allow it with your raisins. So you can see the mixed fruits, the raisin, and the cherry in there. All right.
So what did you heat it up in? Is it water, juice?
No,
what is that?
I eat it up with same rum and the same wine.
Okay, so you heat it up with the alcohol.
Yeah,
all
as you can see, I can touch my pot. It's just to get it.
And typically, people, you want to soak this ahead of time. It's the best way to do it.
But if you wanted to just go and do it, you can do it the same day. Just eat it up.
Just heat it up a little bit.
Right. All right.
Right. All right. So what are we doing now?
So I'm going to prep my flour, the dry ingredients first. You can do it whichever step you want, but this is a step that I choose to do.
Okay.
So I can get this out of the way, set it aside, so I can continue doing what I need to do.
All right.
So I have 2 measurements in my hand, 1/2 cup and a cup.
Okay.
So we're going to use 3.5 cup of flour. And using the 3.5 cup of flour, we're going to sieve it alongside with the other dry ingredients as I show you. And we're going to use a tablespoon of each. 2 tablespoons of each, right?
So come again. You're gonna sieve?
I'm gonna sieve my flour. I'm gonna use 3.5 cups of flour, and I'm going to use a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of each of my
each of your ingredients.
of my dry. They call it dry. You have wet and you have dry ingredients.
All right, cool.
All right, so you'll see. So remember I said I'm going to do 3.5 cups of flour. So this is 1. Count with me. So I'm using another measurement in there just to help me pour out because I put my flour into a container. It's going to be a little bit messy, but that's the whole purpose. We're going to clean
it's
up.
It's flour, easy clean.
Right.
Just water and cloth. It's the easiest cleanup.
Right. So I use the back of my thing to make sure that my measurement is accurate. So how much is this now? 2.
1.5 to go. Just get the 1/2 cup in there and we're good to go.
Now, some people, you could have used this, but I don't know how to guesstimate it. You notice I use the word guesstimate it, not estimate, but guess. So
just go halfway in that cup and you're good.
But that's okay. I'm not an expert, so I'm going to do the best thing that works for me. So there we go.
It's a 1/3 cup, all right, beautiful.
Alright, so let me put these away. Cover up my flour. Right.
Now notice I'm not saying much today because I really don't know much about baking. It's not something I do. It's not something I care about doing either. This is her thing. So now we're just what? We're just sieving. Okay, cool.
Yeah, make sure that there is no lumps that in the flour.
Okay. It looks amazing falling now. More refined. I mean, most of the flour here though is refined. If you notice, there's nothing left back in that strainer.
Right.
So it is pretty refined. You won't find much lumps or anything in the flour here. And now you're gonna add your.
Now I'm gonna add the rest of my.
What's the measurement again? A spoon?
We're gonna use a tablespoon. One tablespoon, but we're gonna use 2.
Okay.
So I'm going in.
So two tablespoons of each.
Yes.
All right. So that's your mixed spice going in first.
Mm-hmm. Two. So what I do, I close my containers.
And put them away.
Yes, because accident can happen.
Accidentally start doubling up, right?
Or it bounces and throw away in the kitchen. What a waste. Now this one is the ground cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going in there with the ground.
And it's the same 2 spoons of that?
Yes.
Okay.
If I can get. Alright. Now it's all done.
So you may have to go in the other one, alright. But how are you gonna know how much? Well, you figure it out.
Yeah, I've been doing this.
She's been doing it long enough, so she knows what she do. She's a professional.
Alright. And then remember.
That's the cinnamon sugar.
Right. So even if I fall short on that because I'm using extra, which you don't need, but I do it because it gives a good flavor. I will not using any sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2. All right. And we're not going to put away our utensils. We're going to keep them because you're going to see why we need them. So I'm going to sieve this through now. So I have everything put away.
All right, beautiful.
And there it is.
And that looks good. So that's it. For the dry process.
But you're not done as yet.
Of course not. Can't be that easy.
So you see?
All right.
And then we're gonna mix everything thoroughly so it's even in proportion. So we know that this is already mixed and just waiting to go to add into the batter. All right.
Okay, beautiful.
So that's it.
And people notice we still haven't used any sugar yet. Well, this is not where the sugar would go.
Right.
But you'll see what's up. All right. So what are we doing now?
We're going to blend our
fruit
mix with our raisins and our cherries.
All right.
All right. So.
And this is mixed with the rum and the red wine, correct?
Yes, with the port wine.
Okay. Oh, with the port wine. My bad.
That's all right. Some people have the red wine. Use it because it gives good flavor. So.
All right, so that's it?
Yes. We can look at it to make sure that it's all blended.
Mm-hmm. It looks all blended to me. I was hoping to see a couple more rays sticking out.
No, because you don't want.
She did a good job though.
You don't want to see.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just going to remove it, cover back my lid because we're going to use this later on.
Alright. So I get that at this point we're going to be cracking on mixing our eggs.
Yes, we're going to
beating our eggs.
We're going to crack our eggs. We're not going to beat them. We're just going to crack.
All right.
So as I said, I have 7 eggs. So I'm just going to add the 7. Open. That's all.
Well, this part I'm sure I can do. If I was supposed to try this part, I know I can handle cracking eggs.
Even me make mistakes.
She's cracking these eggs like she's a samurai, man.
That's what you wash them.
An egg samurai. So you say 7 eggs for 7 cakes or what? An egg per cake?
No.
Not really, right?
No, that's not how it goes.
Hey, I'm gonna keep quiet because listen, as I said, this is not the area that I am expert in.
You're just asking, so I'm just telling you that's not the case. Because people use up to 9, 10, 12. So you say they will be making 12 cakes.
12 cakes, 12 eggs, huh?
That's so funny. But you know, eggs are binding agent, just like flour. They put things together.
All right, so here comes the fun part.
Yes, this is where everything now starting to make way. All right, so this time, doing the regular cake, it would have been your butter and your sugar. But remember, there is no
sugar.
Right. So you just go ahead and whip your butter just to get it, you know, soft enough and fluff enough for your eggs.
All right, cool.
All right, let me plug it in.
Hey, should not plug in the thing, you know.
Listen, that's one for the road. I was just testing.
Yeah.
Testing 1, 2.
All right, let's go. That looks good. I always like this part of baking.
So, at this point, you're going to add an egg or 2 at a time, not the entire thing, right? So we're going to add it straight as we mix. So we're going to mix and pour, mix and pour. So now that we whip the egg and the butter together, we're going to come in now with our
lime juice.
Our lime juice.
Beautiful.
To cut the egg because they're raw. Some people take the eyes out of the but for me,
the yolk out of it?
Yes, the eye. No, not the yolk, the eye. there's a little white part in the egg
that they take out of it?
Yes, they say that's what caused it to be raw, but that's why we have the
lime.
Right.
Lime juice.
Just add it directly in there. So now at this point we can remove. We no longer need our.
We don't need the mixer. So the flour not going at this part of it?
Yes, we're going to put everything through stages, but we don't need the mix or anything. We're going to use our wooden spoon.
Oh, to mix your flour in.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So
all right.
Remember, I have to plug this out.
All right, let's go.
So this is the grand finale.
The grand finale.
Well, not really, but close to it. So we whipped everything here. Our sugar, no, sorry, see, I'm saying the wrong thing. Our egg and our butter. And now we're going to add the flour that we already remember.
The dry mix.
The dry mix, and also
or
the
fruits.
The fruit that we blended up.
That's blended, yeah.
So we're going to do a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, and a little of that until it's all done. All right? So I'm just going to make sure that everything is together. Mix around. Scrape off the edge, make everybody going. No one leaving out. Right. So I'm going in with my fruits first, because I love to see the color. Just throw some, you know. And mix it in.
I love see it until it actually has the flour in it and everything. Because I remember as a kid we used to like eat the batter when her mom and dad, well her mom, not dad, because daddy never make none of this stuff. Dads don't make cake in Jamaica.
No, that's not true nowadays.
Nowadays, that is true. But typically your mother make this for you Jamaica and you taste the batter along the way, you know?
Right.
So all we do is what? Just mixing, adding and mixing, right?
And this is where your arm comes in to play.
It's a workout.
A workout to eat.
Tired, huh? See now people, if I did I could do this too, you know, me that help her, but you don't really know nothing about the kind of thing as I say. I staying out of this and I'm the recorder today, the video man. Not getting included in this at all.
All done.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll let Sheryl finish mixing this out, and then we'll show you the finished products. Again, people, just keep mixing this stuff until what happens, Sheryl?
Just mixing it out until the flour, everybody's combined. Everybody live good, and look at one.
All right,
live as one.
So we don't want no lumps or nothing like that.
No.
Look. All right. So we'll show you guys the end product of this, because she's getting a workout here. She'll be sweating by the end of this. All right. So Sheryl has her vanilla in her hand. It's the first ingredient going to be adding.
So we're going to have 2 tablespoons
of vanilla. 2 tablespoons of vanilla.
Right. You know me again. I always have to cover my, just to prevent any spilling. Though this is the rose water. All right. So you guys can see.
How much of that?
2 again.
2 tablespoons of rose water.
Yes. 2 of everything. All that I'm pouring in. Or almond essence. And I love the smell of these things.
I personally can't smell it. The only thing we can smell now is the liquor, you know.
So we're just going to carefully stir it in. I may not get 7 cakes out of this because as opposed to when I had the brown sugar, it would have given me a rise. So I might get less than I anticipated, which is fine because it's not like I'm making it for everybody. It's just close friends and family that go and get to taste or sample some of this. Alright, and then this is the time that we're going to put in our
browning. Now this one I know for a fact, you see, you don't want to like just pour.
No, you still use
this could change your taste. It could also be too dark. Sure, what is the problem there? And then get weak.
So we're going to start off with 4 and see how 4 looks. So 4 tablespoons. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
And if you hear the kids them as usual, you know, when we have video.
So I just hold this over because I don't want it to drip on the counter. See it start changing, and too much browning can also let the batter be too bitter.
Bitter, that's what I know. It'll change the taste. That's actually not a bad color.
Yeah, but this is not a color that I want to go a little bit.
You want a little bit more darker, yeah.
Right, so I'll just add another 2. Normally I use 7. So 1, 2. So that's 4 and 2.
That's 6. So you need 1 more if you're gonna go 7.
But let's see. I mean, I could have left it at this color because it looks good, but I'm just going to do my 1. All right, there's no more after this. All right, let me just cover this and then rest this in the container. You see? And this should give me my perfect color. Good. Not black, but dark brown. because when it bakes, then the color are going to change. Alright, so just make sure you go down in there and make sure all of that is there. So that is how you make the cake without sugar. And we want to say, is it safe to say vegan?
No, because I think your cinnamon alone.
Alright, so we won't say that then. So it's just a cut out version, a healthier version.
Well, it's vegan anyways, right? But it's just that, we're just subtracting our sugar.
Right.
People who don't want sugar in their food.
Right, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
To be safe.
To be safe.
Alright, so at this point now, I'm going to preheat my oven to 300 degrees. And I'm going to bake this for 1 hour. And then if I need, I'll check it periodically and give it an extra 5 to 10 minutes. Which most of the time it does bake for an hour because I do not have a big container. As I said, I bake them very small, so they're easy to bake through. And I bake them very slow as opposed to putting at 350. And the next trick is I put a large container with boiling water into the oven for it to steam the cake, right? Okay. We preheated the oven at 300 degrees, and I said I put a tray inside of the oven with boiling water, and that will steam our cake. But meanwhile that is preheating, we're going to grease our tins. Okay. We're going to grease it with butter and regular flour. All right. So I'll just demonstrate because I know everybody knows to do this.
Why you can't say everybody know to do this at all? You're teaching them, huh?
All right. So just add a little butter. Make sure you grease all the corners of the tin. Right? So you see my tin can be movable. So.
Yeah, that's to get it out easy, right?
Right, when it's on. So I'm just going to go ahead and put butter in each pan. And this is a very quick way to do it. You know, you just get a piece of, and you also could line your tin with I forgot the name.
Is it parchment paper?
No, it's not parchment paper, but it's like parchment paper that you line the baking sheet. Baking sheet, yes. So you just go ahead and make sure that it's thoroughly lined. Alright. And then we're going to add some flour. Not a lot. So what I do, I just, and this is just regular counter flour that I'm using. Now with my tin I have to be a little bit gentle, so I'm going over by the garbage bin to do this. Okay. So now that we grease our tin and we are ready for the containers now to be filled with our batter. Alright? So I'm going to pour them in each container.
And you're not filling them up all the way, right?
No.
I feel like we might need another tin, maybe?
No.
Oh yeah, that worked. So remember we promised 7 cakes, now we only have 4.
Yeah, and I did
It's
explain.
alright, I know you did.
I did explain. When I say when you're baking, you'll know your batter. That's why it couldn't work out to be 7 eggs, as you said, for 7 cakes.
Listen, me no baking, me have to ask all of the questions them that the non-bakers like myself would ask. You know?
So I'm just clearing out, you know, thoroughly all my butter. So my oven is still preheating.
This looks nice and brown. I like the color.
That's why your hands have to be clean all the time. Alright, so there's our empty container with 4 batter to be, you know. Kenny is one container for himself.
Alright, yep. Listen, when it comes to cake, she knows she's the one that eat this thing all the time.
But I work out a lot. So we're going to put them in our oven. So I'm going to open my oven. As you can see, my pan is already below with the water to steam the cake. And then I'm going to go for them, place them in. And then I'm going to set my timer for, remember, an hour. And this is the part where we all have to sit back and wait. So see you back after the cakes are baked. So it is an hour now, and I'm going to use a toothpick to test my cake. But just be careful, because you know when you open the oven, oh, it's going to burst out into
free steam.
So let's do this. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to pull out my tray just a little bit, and then I'm going to test it.
How are we looking?
It's okay. All right, so it's a little bit wet. So I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock, because what happens once this comes out with residue on it, it means that still inside needs a little bit cooking. So 5 minutes should do the trick. All right, so they're ready. 5 minutes, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take them out now, take out these bad boys, and then we're going to wet them with some wine and rum.
All right.
Watch
your food on the stove, man. Yeah, fast.
Oh, that's my stew chicken.
All right, let's get these guys out.
Kenny, sorry, hot?
Hot. Oh, hot.
Hot.
Hot. Hot. Hot.
You see my man next to the stove? That's what he does. So you gotta watch your kids, man. You take your eyes off of them?
Don't mind the cracks. That's good. See, they're all flat at the top, and they will close as they cool. Right? So I'm just gonna go in. You could spray them, but I don't have a spray bottle, so I do the old trick. I just wet them. And don't do what I do. Right?
Don't touch this thing while it's hot.
You can use a mitten. Right, I just jiggle it all over so everywhere inside the crack, everywhere gets. And this is what's going to give it its sheen.
Cameraman all up in our business, you know, right on top of her.
Alright, let's get the last bit of on this.
Alright. See? And she said the crack they should shrink over time
Right.
when it cools.
Okay, you touch one.
Now, if you have kids, you don't have to go ahead and do all these things. But I can do 3 and leave 1 for the kids. So I'll use this one as my marker because this is the only one that is in this container. So I'll leave that for the kids. But for the other,
Just put a rump on it.
right.
Turn it up. People I get drunk now.
And this is what keep your cake moist with all these things. And as soon as they're cool, you just cover them or take them out of there and put them in their container, whatever you're going to put it in. I'll show you a picture of what it is going to look like after it is cooled, and I show you how I decorate it with a cherry. And remember, I showed you the little balls,
Chocolate
the
balls.
little chocolate balls. Yes, that's what I use as my decoration.
Alright, so this is it?
This is it. So please share, like, and subscribe, and remember to click that notification bell because you don't know when we'll be putting out a video.
Also, people, if you think that there's something that we missed out or there's a different way that you would do it, go ahead and share that as well.
Sure.
We would definitely love to hear from you guys.
If you don't use this or you use something else.
Alright, so take care of yourself, people.
Bye.
Bye bye.